everyone, it's Michelle from A Noble Touch, and today we are going to work on a flower that's one of my absolute favorite flowers to make. This is going to be done on an 18-inch frame. I have the Deco plastic canvas grid already attached. You can leave just a couple gaps on the side. Then I am going to use the orange ombre mesh. I usually find this Walmart.com. Sometimes I can find the 10-inch in store. You can't find the 10-inch online yet, but I have found it in store. But the 21-inch comes, like I said, online. Now this is a purple haze. This is a two-tone mesh, and this is actually a discontinued mesh. But if you, for some reason, had ordered it and have it on hand, this is called Purple Haze. It's actually a purple and red two-toned mesh. The closest thing I've been able to find to replace it is Paper Mart has a two-tone mesh called Light Pink and Wine. I would definitely go with that color to match up here. It looks pretty, almost exactly alike. So, and then you're also going to need emerald green mesh, and then as well as a this is a two-tone moss, I think it's moss and apple green Deco mesh. So you can find this at the Wreath shop or Craft Outlet. Same with these two as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm doing this for an order, so I just thought, well, I'm gonna film it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite flowers. Now here I have a 6-inch center. I painted this with a purple pansy acrylic paint, that just the apple barrel paints I get from Walmart. Right there it is, purple pansy. And I painted it twice, and then I spray it with a clear coat. I use the Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover. This is satin. I usually typically use gloss. They didn't have gloss, so the hubby got me satin. So that's what I have. That's what I'm using. So that's what we're going to need there. So we're going to go ahead and get started cutting our mesh. And the thing is with this, the 10-inch, we're just going to cut every 10 inches like we typically do. If you use a rotary cutter, just make sure your blade is sharp, and because you're going to get fraying if you just cut with a rotary cutter. I like to use a wood burner that melts the mesh as you cut it. So if I do 10 inches, and I have a stencil tip on this. I think the last time I called it a crafting tip. This is a stencil tip. This is the Plaid 2-in-1 wood burning stencil kit. Walmart all day long for $12.97, and I believe Amazon has it for the same price. So just so you know that. So we're going to go ahead and cut our mesh. Now for the green, I'm going to cut, because I believe this has, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. So I'm going to do the green on the I call it bracket 1 here. I call this bracket 1, 2, and 3. And then I have a C spot and an A spot. So I kind of do it opposite. My numbers go 1, 2, 3, and then I go A, B, C, D out. So so for the 3 spot, or the, I'm sorry, bracket 1 spot, and then the C spot, which is in between the 2 brackets, 3rd rung from the inside, is where I'm going to attach the green mesh. So I'm going to need, let me see here, so that's 9, that's 18. So 18 cuts of each green color is what I'm going to need for that. So I'm going to cut that up, and then we'll be back. I forgot to add, we need pink as well. So just a roll of 10-inch light pink, or pink, is what you're going to need for this flower. So all the mesh is cut, well, the green anyway, and what we're going to do is we're going to take an emerald green, and this is just my flower fold. So I'm going to fold one corner in, the other corner here, pinch it, then you're going to do a twist like that and just fold over. So you're going to twist that so the bottoms aren't facing each other, but it's bottom to a top like that. And then I hold that petal in this hand and I grab the light green and just gonna bring the corner in, bring that corner in, pinch it, and here you just fold it up like this. So then you take this fold into this one and just set it in there like that, and then put your zip tie through, or I'm sorry, fuzzy sticks, and then just twist. So this will be your petal like that. So I'm going to show you one more time. So again, bring the corners in, pinch it, pinch tight, twist the bottom, fold over like this. Then take the lighter green and pinch and just put up like that. Take your fuzzy stick, bring it down, and just do like a twist and a half. If you twist it too much, it doesn't, you know, it just builds up down the fuzzy stick, so you don't get it as tight to the frame when you put it on. So I already went ahead and finished all my petals there. So what I'm going to do is start attaching to the bracket 1 area. And just make sure it doesn't flip up like this. You don't want it to show the back of the petals. You always want to keep it here. Now this is going to move around for a little bit until you get the other petals on, and I will show you how to secure those. And then again, so each bracket 1 section, and then the third rung from the inside, so 1, 2, 3, I call this the C rung in the middle. Just go ahead and attach. And this might move around a little bit until we get the petals on the A rung. Just like that. And I do the flip and fold over just because I want to hide that fuzzy stick. So when you have that single petal fold like that right there, it's going to hide your fuzzy sticks from showing on your wreath. So that was the whole method to my madness when I came up with that twist and flip fold, just to hide the fuzzy sticks. So we're just going to go ahead and finish putting all the petals on, and then we'll be back and cut up the pink purple haze and the ombre mesh. So we're going to cut the pink, and again we're going to do every 10 inches. Now again, if you're going to use a wood burner, please make sure you have a piece of glass over your mat to cut, because you don't want to melt your mat. This is a wood burner. So of course you're going to need something to protect your mat. This is an old refrigerator shelf that I use. It works great. I love it. It's see-through, so I can see my grid lines on my mat for measurement. Now if you cannot find one, I know there's some like a glass what am I trying to say? The cutters that are like a cutting board, glass cutting board that you can probably get off Amazon. As well as you can also use a cookie sheet, a large cookie sheet, maybe flip it over, measure it out and mark your cut lines on, and you can use that as well. So just, you know, be careful. And also make sure you wear a mask. You are burning plastic. There is some smoke that you can get. You can also have a light fan sitting to blow the smoke away. And you want to keep in between the grid lines when you go to make a straight cut. And then it just melts like that. So we're going to go ahead and cut up. I'm cutting up 18 of these pink for the frame. We're going to still cut up more for the inside, but as far as the frame goes, we're going to need 18 pieces of the pink mesh cut. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this up, and we'll be back. Okay, so now we're going to cut the Purple Haze mesh, and this is the 21-inch mesh. So I'm going to show you how we're going to cut that. You're going to go out to your 10-inch mark, and just follow the grid line down. Kind of separate as you go so it doesn't adhere itself back onto itself. And then what I do is pull, line it up, and then at the halfway mark, just go ahead and, so it's like a 10 by 10 and a half when you do the 21-inch. And that's how you cut the 21-inch to get your 10-inch pieces, basically. So for the outer frame, we're going to need, I think it's, we're going to do 14 cuts total, so it'll be, I need like really 13 and a half, so 27 cuts of the Purple Haze, or if you're using the light pink and wine from Paper Mart, and I think that comes in 10-inch. I don't know if that comes in 21-inch, but so you're going to need 27 of this color of the cut. So we're going to go ahead and finish cutting that, and then we're also going to need 9 cuts of the ombre, the orange ombre, for the outer frame of this flower. So we'll be back. Okay, so we cut up 18 pieces of the light pink, and then the 27 total of the Purple Haze. But for the light pink, we're going to do 9 with the light pink being basically the single fold over petal. So, and then you're going to take the Purple Haze and put it in like that. So we want 9 like this, and then we're going to do 9 of them with the purple being the single like this, and the pink being the side petals. So again, 9 of each. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my petals there. Okay, so the last fold that we're going to use for our outer frame is the orange ombre and the Purple Haze. And what you're going to do is take the orange ombre, we're going to take that like that, twist the bottom over. Now you want to make sure that the sewed edge is on top and not the unsewed edge. Like that. And then take your Purple Haze, pinch it, bring it up. And put your fuzzy stick on. Now here you're going to have 9 of these color combinations. Now this is just for the outer frame. This is not for the cuts we're going to do for the inside on the grid. So, I'm going to grab my wreath frame. Okay, so now this is a very big wreath. This measures almost 34 inches when it's all said and done, from the edge of the petal to the edge of the petal. So you're at about 34 inches. So this is a big wreath. And what we're going to do is take the ombre and purple haze color combos, and we're going to put them on the second bracket. So it would be the B2 position on the frame. So all the bracketed sections, we're going to put it on the middle spot, the second spot. So just like this. And then for the third bracket position, we're going to use the, let's see here, actually I think I want, right here it is, the pink for the single fold, you know, that's up like that. We're going to put the pink one on the position 3, or bracket 3. And actually, I always call this my whimsical flower or my fairy flower. It just reminds me of a place fairies would go to to hang out. I just love this flower. So what I'm doing now is in the back, I'm going to grab all, I'm twisting these fuzzy sticks together here in the back so they stay stationary. Now, in between the two brackets, the first rung right here, I call that rung A, is where I'm going to put the purple haze and with the pink side petals. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. And be careful, these don't turn on you. Keep them all so the backs of the petals are facing down like this. And once you get the rest of the petals in, it holds itself back. And again, you're going to attach, let me see where I'm at here. You're going to attach the zip ties. So I pulled down, and don't be afraid to mess with your mesh a little bit and get it how you want it, like that. So, but here, I'm tightening it down so that holds in place in the center right there. Oh, I'm getting mesh cut on everything. So again, I'm taking the orange ombre and putting it in on the bracket 2 position. Like that. I gotta find my cuts here. And then I'm taking the pink with the purple side petals and putting it on the third bracketed position. And I'm just tightening down, you know, pulling down the pipe cleaners in the back, just twisting them all together so they're all, so it doesn't move. And, you know, just keep pushing your mesh down as you go. Like that. So we're going to go ahead and finish putting all of our petals on for the flower, for the outer frame anyway, and then we'll come back to fill in the grid and put the center in. Now that all the outer frame petals are on, I'm going to go ahead and trace the center on the grid, so when I pick it up and go to glue it back down, I know where to set it. So when I hit it with the glue, it should be okay. I just gotta wait for the glue gun to heat up a little bit, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we just take and put the glue on the bottom. Glue's nice and hot, you can hear it crackling there, and then I just put it, oh, of course, need a glue stick. And just hold down. I push down for about 10 seconds. Make sure I put a foam board or a scrap piece of foam underneath so I don't get glue all over my mat. Then you're going to take floral pins and push it through. And I'll use 5 of these. Just to give it some added support. And you want to put them in while the glue's hot, because when the glue dries, then it'll be in there nice and secure. So center's in. Now we can start filling in the inner petals. So what we're going to do is cut some more combinations of the, I think we're going to do 9. We're going to do 9 of the ombre and purple haze, and then 9 of the pink with the purple haze. So we're going to do the pink in the front and the purple haze on the side, as well as the orange ombre in the front and the purple haze up on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that mesh, and we'll be back to insert that around the grid. We have our bundles made up, so we have 18 total, and we have the pink and purple haze, as well as the ombre and purple haze right here. So what we're going to do is go in. Now I like to start from the side because it's about 2 inches. You're going to jump in on that grid from the frame and hit the grid there. And what we're going to do is just alternate. So just alternate the bundles. And don't worry about that gap, because when all the petals get on, it's going to lay over. You're never going to see it. So then I jump over, just move over about, I don't know, 2-3 inches. And then I get in here. And we're just going to keep coming around the flower, or the center there. So I wanted to say too, you know, if you guys haven't, I have a Facebook page, A Noble Touch, so get on, and that's my business page. Get on and like and follow me on there, as well as I have an Instagram. So check me out on all the social medias. And also make sure, if you haven't like and subscribe to my channel yet, please do so, especially if you like what you're seeing. I do have, I would say at least 10 ideas that I want to get filmed and put up on YouTube, so you guys don't want to miss out on that. And I'm going to be coming up with some new flower patterns. I actually took down some of my flowers, or actually almost all of my flowers, for sale, just because I want to switch up a little bit and make some new designs, so I want to concentrate on that for the time being. So also, if you love my flowers, I do sell my patterns on my Etsy shop. Just a Noble Touch .etsy.com. If you go there, I do sell the patterns. The patterns will tell you where to get the mesh, what color mesh, how many cuts of each, and where they're going to go on the frame and the grid. And then you'll be a little bit more familiar with my flower pattern. And those are mainly the 12-inch flowers, the 12-inch frames that I do for those patterns. And this flower's just coming together so nice. I love the different colors in this flower. It's just a soft, I like the softness of it. Just love it. Oh, also, I share a group with Julie's from Julie Wreath Boutique. It's called Wreath Creators and More. It's on Facebook. It's a large group. We actually have over 92,000 members now. It's like grown just by leaps and bounds. And it's a lot of talent in there. It's amazing, the talent. And what I have loved to see are the newbies, the people who are new to making wreaths, and they just get guidance from everyone in the group, and they do such a nice job, and to see their growth in their crafting is just amazing, and I love it. So if you are interested in that group, we do have questions that we asked before you join, and then of course we ask you to read through the rules. But it's a great group. It's a lot of fun, and it keeps us busy. So again, that's Wreath Creators and More. So if you want to check us out there, that'd be great. Also, if you're watching me and haven't seen Julie's Wreath Boutique, go over to her YouTube channel and comment on her videos with a little horse head and just say Michelle from A Noble Touch sent you over. That's another thing I have coming up in the works. I have a unicorn head. I did a horse head using April B's Creations painted horse head that she has, and I'm doing a unicorn, and I've made them interactive. So I made 3 of them for my my 3 granddaughters for Christmas this year, and I made them interactive so they can decorate the unicorn head and everything. So I'm going to be showing that. That's the next video I'll be doing. I hope to have that done maybe by this weekend. But just to share that all with you. So that will be coming, and that's a pretty cool little horse head that April makes, and she hand paints them. You can buy them blanks as well, but that will be coming. I will show you how to do that as well. Okay, so we went around the center. I think I got one more maybe to throw in here. Now you can go a little bit closer with the rest of the bunch, and actually I think there's just 4 left. So now we're still not done though, because we still have to do the single folds of ombre around the center. But look how nice and full it's looking. This is why this is just, I love, you know, the bigger flowers, they're a lot of work, and but they're so pretty when they're all said and done. They're just such a full flower. So now I have 4 bundles of mesh left. So I'm literally going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 just to fill in on that grid a little bit. And to go, you know, well, let's see here. I can probably go back a little bit. So I'm halfway in between the ball and the other petals. There's one, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to do the ombre. And some mesh pieces. Of course, I'll go here again, or crossed. Okay, so now we just have to do around the center. And what we're going to do is the single petal fold of the orange ombre. So I'm going to cut about 30 to 32 of the ombre 10-inch pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and I will be back. Okay, so you're going to just do the single fold with the rest of the ombre. So you just fold in, pinch, and then twist and fold over like that. And then put your pipe cleaner and like that. So that's what we're going to do for the next 30 pieces of ombre, is do the single fold, and then we're going to attach them into the grid around the center. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your single petal, put it right up here against the center. Just like this. And pull it down, and then that's going to lay back on there. Then you're going to take your next petal and you're going to go right up next to it in the next 2 grid holes. And when you go that close, let me see here. You're going to overlap the petal before it, and that's how, when you get all said and done, it's going to help hold the mesh down, and as well as it will hold the back mesh down as well. So we'll do a couple more here. So again, next to the other one. And we're just going to keep going around the entire center till we're all done. And then I will tell you exactly how many cuts of each color we did for this whole flower. So, okay, so now what I take is a poster board, foam poster board. This is what I do to cover my backs. And I trace the frame out, the second rung from the inside. And I'm just going to take a razor blade. Just cut along the line. Let's see if I got, sometimes there's might be a spot where you have to. So then I have this to go on my back. I take usually a nail or a small screwdriver and just pop holes around the edge. And this foam poster board, I have them all on the back of my wreaths upstairs or on the door, and if they get wet they just dry out, so it's not like they deteriorate or anything like that. So here's our flower all done, and then I'm gonna flip it over and then see how, since I traced to the second rung from the outside, when you put that on, that leaves this whole rung here that you can hang it either on a wreath hanger, a nail, or a 3M hook, anything like that. So you hang it right on the frame, so you have your hanger already with the wreath frame. And you just go and take your zip ties and just secure it to that second rung. Ended up using a total of 162 cuts of mesh. So we have 18 cuts of the emerald, 18 cuts of the moss green apple mesh, 27 cuts of the pink, 45 cuts of the purple haze, or like I said, you can get that light pink and wine from Paper Mart. So you're going to need 45 cuts, and then 54 cuts of the orange ombre. So a total of 162 cuts of mesh went into this flower wreath. To get it to where the petals, if you're having a hard issue of keeping the petals down, a tip what you can do is take some craft adhesive spray, cover your centers so it doesn't lob on or anything, for sometimes you might get a big gob going somewhere, but you know, shake it up good, spray your wreath, turn it over, making sure the petals are laid properly, and then put something of weight on top, maybe a book or, you know, something that's gonna hold that down, and that just helps forms the petals to lay back if you're having an issue of them sticking up for some reason. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me again, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will take pictures of this up on the wall so you can see it better, because I know with this camera angle, it's a close angle, so you're not getting the whole effect of the flower right now. But I will take a picture and come back and join me for some more. So make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on all the social media outlets. Thank you.